Well, hello and welcome to today's episode of Real Life Perspective by Filmmaker. Now I realize it's been an incredibly long time since we spoke last, and as I told you a couple months ago, this is actually attributed to the fact that I have been gone on vacation once to Florida, which you saw a little bit of, but I stopped doing a little bit of the vlogging because honestly I couldn't get enough material that would be interesting to you guys. Like I went to Universal and SeaWorld and I just didn't think you guys would be interested all that much in the footage, but I'll throw some in a little while. But I also went to the Grand Canyon. And both of those, while I was vlogging, or videoing I guess, I was using the Olympus Tough TG2, and I've shown some stock footage from that, but because I did take it down the Grand Canyon, I wanted to give you a little bit of a review on the condition this thing is in, since it's gone through so much in the last couple of weeks actually, because, you know, 2 trips through airport security, it's a wonder it didn't get shot or blown up on a plane. But anyways, I wanted to start off today, actually first giving you a little bit of news. First off, I'm still going to be continuing the 2 episodes on this channel as of now. I'm still planning on doing that. But I'm going to go a little bit more into some of the things that I've done in the past, some tricks that I've done, such as the magic drink that Landon had for his Christmas episode way back when. Oh wow, that was a long time ago. That was like 9 months ago. Not probably 8. I don't know. I don't feel like counting. But anyways, we're gonna do another channel. This is more my personal channel. I did vlog about combining these 2 into this channel, but I really want to keep this solely film based. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this just film and open up my other channel, which is gonna have some, I don't know, personal improvement stuff. It's not really political, but it gets a little bit into social conditions of the world right now. But anyways, aside from that, I'll give you the link when I actually open it. Right now it's called Tri-Sapiens, and I'll explain that on the channel. But I have it open, but when I do the episode, which actually might be today, I will let you know, and I will drop you a link in the description below. But for right now, let's get back to the Olympus Tough TG2. Now this is a great little camera. As I've said before, it does have a little bit of a focusing problem, and I put that more in the description or in my comments to people, but I really, really do like it. It's very compact, it's waterproof to 50 feet, which is really the big point for me that it's 50, but also the fact that it has the slow motion. Now the slow motion is only 640 by 480, I believe is the resolution, not 720. I thought it was 720. It is not. It is 640. But it is usable, I think. If you sharpen the image a little bit and make sure that you get it with a lot of light, I think you can actually use the footage. It's 120 frames per second, so that's nice to be able to use that. If you're looking for just 60 at 720, because, you know, that's what you have to deal with, go ahead and use your Canon DSLR or something like that, because a lot of cameras actually have that feature on them, whereas I know the GoPro actually does have 120 frames per second in 720p. Now the catch is that because it is a fisheye lens, you're actually not getting all of that resolution, because once you bend it back to this usable frame for film, it's actually probably lost that resolution anyways. So I like this because it just naturally slows it down right off the bat, no problem. I mean, I will film it and it will show up 2 seconds later, and that's beautiful. In fact, I'll actually show you that here in a minute, and so, oh no I won't, camera's dead. But anyways, wanted to show you some of the perks of this. One, I got this little $5 floating strap, so you drop it in the water, it floats to the top, no problem, no questions asked. Now, the actual condition of this camera and how it actually performed on the river, first of all, we strapped it to the boat every day, to the raft that we were on, and sometimes it was in the very front taking the brunt force of it, sometimes it was on top, still taking a lot of water, taking a lot of force, and this held up really very well. But at the same time, it is rated to 50 feet, and I did notice sometimes water actually got between 2 sets of lenses in here. Now that it didn't ruin anything, and the water came out somehow, must have evaporated out and found its way out, I don't know how that works, but it did somehow get inside the camera, but no problem. Those waves were hitting really hard, so I could see how water would get in there, and it was fine, functioned properly, no big deal, but I did want to raise that as a concern because it could potentially be a problem that if you are thinking about taking on a rafting trip, you could actually get the force of the water finding its way in here. Now, I don't think it is damaged it permanently, that I can't take it underwater very deep, but I will test that and get back to you guys. But at the same time, I did want to show the condition of the back, and I'll give you a close-up here in a minute. You will notice that there are lots of scratches on the back of this camera. Now, you can actually very well see through it when you're going back and trying to see the image you're capturing, but as far as just turning it off and looking at how scratched it is very scratched, so I wouldn't consider it Gorilla Glass or anything like that, but I would consider probably getting a screen protector if you're taking it on a trip like I did and you want to keep it in best possible condition. Other than that, it got some sand in the gears. That water was so muddy. It was red all the time. Lots and lots of sediment, but as you can see, I can still open up everything properly, though you can hear a little bit of the sand grinding inside of it, but really that was a lot of sand. That would be like burying it in the sand almost, which actually happens sometimes because I'd set it down on something completely above the sand and then the wind would start blowing and get sand all over it. It was nasty. But like I said, this camera has held up very, 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 very well considering all the stuff I put it through the last couple of weeks. But please check out the test footage I'm about to drop you guys. Check out my new channel when I post the link in the description below, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful week, and we will see you back here on Friday.